Alright, if you remember last week, we were working on this Burr puzzle here. We made duplicates of all these. If I click on these, they kind of highlight the whole piece. Let's get this box around it. That was because we made these components, actual components. So last week we started with this, or last time we started with this, we learned how to make these cuts. Now remember, anytime I want to work on a piece, I have to double click on it first to get it to highlight, and then I can start working on it. If I do all my drawing right now, let's say I did some drawing on this piece here, and I go to push pull it, it's going to act like it doesn't push pull. It's because these are two separate pieces, because one was made outside of that component. So I'm going to undo that. That's a very typical thing that happens. So we made this piece last week, we made this piece last week here, or last time. We're going to be coming up to this piece here. This piece and this piece are very similar, they're just opposites of each other. And this piece here is a U cut this way and then two smaller cuts this way. So I'm going to do this one here is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I will go to the view and give you your measurements here for this. This is in two views. So in one view, you have to draw 3/4 of an inch, again with the tape measure. And again, you're going to want to double click. Tape measure, click this line, bring it over 3/4, click this line, bring it over 3/4 for this and this, and you can even click this line and bring it over 3/4 as well to get to here. Bring the bottom line up 3/8 or to the midpoint, use your rectangle tool to draw a rectangle, and then you can push pull down through. You'd come and rotate to this side, use your rectangle tool to draw that, push pull through. And that would be that piece. The other piece is the exact opposite. So it seems like you should be able to draw the same piece twice, but you cannot. They are opposite pieces. So again, I'm going to hit the delete guides here, use the eraser, and get rid of my guidelines because it makes them all over the place, especially when we're using components. But I'll leave this here for a second so you can pause this at this point and get your measurements and know what you have to create. So again, this piece looks like this. Cut here, and there are your measurements. Same thing happens with this piece right here. Same measurements, just kind of cut in the opposite way. Again, cut here, from the front back, here, top down. The piece that we'll work on together is this piece here, because this piece is a little bit different. So if I look here, it's got these two 3/8 cuts, 3/8 by 3/8 cuts going down this way, and it's got a 3/4 by 3/8 cut going down this way. So I'm going to get myself a new piece. Take you through this process. I'm going to do something here I don't want you guys to do, but this is called make unique. So I have to double click on the piece. Now I got to go 3/8, 3/4 of an inch in, then 3/8. So I'm going to use my tape measure tool. Click here, 3/4, 3/8. And then it's 3/4 across again. And then 3/8. From the bottom coming up, it's to the midpoint. Draw my 2 rectangles. Nope, I missed it, so I'm going to hit the undo button. Go into 3D view. And I want to get into the 3D view so I can see this edge that I'm going to be cutting. Push pull. Straight down. Straight down. Now it's a good point to pause this and do that yourself. All right, now we're moving forward. Get rid of these lines, guidelines right away. Now I gotta make this cut here. So I'm cutting this group out here. So I gotta come down on this face, come down 3/8 of an inch and push pull that off. So I'm going to move this up and out of the way for us 1 split second. Notice I'm outside of the model when I'm doing that. So when I click on it, it still turns all blue when I do my move. I don't want to be here when I'm doing my move because you'll notice a move does something ugly. This one's fairly simple. I just bring my tape measure from down here, put it on the midpoint, draw my line across. I can do this with a rectangle or I can just do it with a line. And I'm going to push pull this off down through here, and it's going to get stuck the first time because it hits this bottom surface. And I'm going to go a second time with the push pull all the way out the bottom. And that's how I create that piece. Go ahead, pause, rewind as much as you need to, and try to create all of your pieces. Remember to save up where you're at when you're done. So now I have that piece recreated. I'll leave it here for your dimensions so you can see what dimensions you need for this piece.